Alexxa here with another reaction. So today we're going to continue with our Star Trek The Animated Series, and this time with Season 1, Episode 15, titled The Eye of the Beholder. As always, if you're looking for the full-length reaction to this particular episode or any of my other content, you can find that on Patreon, and the link will be in the description below. And if you cannot support us on Patreon, that's completely fine. You could support us directly here on YouTube by liking this video, commenting, subscribing, and joining our membership program. So without any further ado, let's get into our episode. Okay. Yay! Oh, carpal tunnel. The Eye of the Beholder.
Captain's log, stardate 5501.2. We are orbiting the planet Lactra 7. Our mission is to discover the whereabouts or fate of a 6-member science crew.
It is now 32 minutes since our last contact with the 3 members of our crew on the planet's surface.
Yeah.
As the senior officer aboard, I, Lieutenant Commander Markel, have made the following decision. The 3 remaining crew members, myself included, will beam down to effect a rescue.
It was against all orders.
The need was apparently desperate.
The captain of a ship, no matter his rank, must follow the book.
A capability, I'm afraid, out of the reach of most humans.
You Vulcans are the most impossible, unimaginative.
Bones, that's not helping the situation. I want a landing party to at least beam down to the last known coordinates the other crew used.
Jim, if the others are lost, why take the risk?
Because they may not be dead. We have to find out. You have the coordinates from the other ship, Scotty. Put us down in the same place.
Sir, Mr. Arax has located a variety of life forms on the planet. No large groups or city clusters yet.
Then we'll beam back up.
Logical, Captain?
Energized, Mr. Scott. Everyone all right?
10 yards the other way and we'd be boiled alive.
Damn.
Unusual that such a lake would exist under these planetary conditions. Most remarkable.
It may be able to navigate on land.
I know it can.
How do you know? Y'all just angered it. Oh.
Let's get out of here. Phasers on stun.
Imagine if that's the crew. They've just been changed into animals or beings.
It seems to gather strength from our phasers, in my opinion.
Concentrate on the underside of the neck.
Captain?
Right here. You all right?
I am undamaged. Where is Dr. McCoy?
Oh shit! How did McCoy get
We'll
under
you
it?
up, Bones.
And how is he not dead?
It would appear a more logical solution is in order, Captain. We don't lift the tail off. We dig the doctor out.
Thanks. The air was running out under there.
No shit.
No, just surprised it isn't every day a dinosaur falls on you. This is a pretty strange place.
Agreed.
Captain, the beast. Did it seem familiar to you?
I've seen something very like it on Canopus 3, but that's light years from here. Still, this desert area is the same as on Canopus.
My shoes are full of sand.
Doctor, your lack of scientific interest is amazing.
I'll be happy to discuss that with you, Mr. Spock, next time you drop into my medical lab. Well, this seems a lot more friendly than the desert.
Captain, doesn't it strike you strange that 2 such different ecologies could coexist so closely?
I've seen stranger things, Mr. Spock.
Merely an observation, Captain. Captain, the water is too pure.
It tastes just fine.
Nonetheless, it is too pure.
In other words, it's too good to be true.
Correct, Captain. And a rainforest this close to a desert is also illogical. It is my theory that what we have seen since we landed was manufactured, not created.
Terraforming isn't new. Spock, do you ever say anything straight out?
I
No.
thought I just did, Doctor.
Not in the way that you
Please, we have work to
understand.
do.
The desperation of the science ship's first landing party is now obvious.
We're still alive, aren't we?
That's true.
However, not exactly safe.
Damn.
That's strange.
By observation alone, it appears they hit an invisible force field.
If that's true, Spock, then
It's like the Hunger Games.
Well, they don't seem very interested in communicating with us. If they can communicate at all.
Perhaps not in a way we understand. I keep receiving impressions.
Any ideas, Doctor?
Well, I've got one, and I definitely don't like it. I guess they're doing exactly what we would do. First thing we'd do is to make sure it was free of harmful bacteria. Then we'd see if it was intelligent.
Congratulations, Doctor. A most logical assumption.
A more important question, gentlemen, is whether or not there's a way out of here. A force field. It seems harmless enough.
So do the bars of a jail, unless you're on the inside.
And we are definitely on the inside. Are the aliens telepathic?
I've come to the conclusion they are, Captain. But the speed at which the thoughts flow is too great for me to comprehend, except for the most fleeting image.
Surely we can communicate with them some way.
They appear to be as advanced beyond Earth civilization as you are from a colony of ants.
Oh,
and
wow.
What were all those other creatures where we beamed down?
You'll recall we recognized at least 2 species from vastly different planets.
You mean it's some kind of a zoo?
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
They took our
Other
phasers, communicators,
delusions.
and other equipment, so they must have some idea we're intelligent.
Not necessarily, Captain. They could have taken them for the same reason you would take a sharp object away from a child.
Or maybe they want to see how our toys work.
That, too, is a
Yep.
possibility.
Better do what they want for now, anyway.
Is that where they're going to meet the rest of the colony? Or the rest of the party?
They activated another force field.
This is real grass.
Yes, Doctor. This area has been carefully prepared for human types.
On this planet, Bones, they seem to be the people, and we are the animals.
Hello, I'm Lieutenant Commander Tom Markell. This is our biologist, Randy Bryce.
James Kirk, Captain of the Enterprise, First Officer Spock, our physician, Dr. McCoy.
We've been expecting you.
You've what?
Well, we heard your communicator signal.
Then why didn't you warn us?
We couldn't warn you. They're constantly picking up our equipment and fooling with it.
They're on an exhibit table beyond the force field.
There were 6 of you on the mission.
We didn't beam down in time to save the original 3.
Lieutenant Randolph is in the house. She's running a high fever, but well, we can't seem to do anything about it.
I'll check her out. Maybe I can help.
Have you tried an escape?
A dozen different ways. Tunnels, a weakness in the force field, nothing worked.
Have you tried to communicate?
Yes, sir. But all we've been able to arouse in them is a sort of quivering motion.
We seem to have company.
They built this for us. We've concluded they're telepathic. I guess they read our minds and came as close as they could to make it like home.
I can't seem to get through, Captain. They appear too involved with each other.
You seem to be getting a response.
My impression is that they're laughing.
So far, Mr. Spock, we haven't found anything funny in this.
Animals in a zoo rarely do.
Let's find the others. The Lactrans outside, what do they do?
They appear to be guards, sir, making sure we don't harm each other.
Do they feed us or do we shift for ourselves?
They bring supplies once a week.
Always to the same place?
Yes, always, near the display case.
The medical kit wouldn't be harmful. It would help her. One of their specimens.
Then think about it that way, Doctor.
Food. But it's not feeding time.
They must have sensed a need and interpreted it as food.
I suggest we all concentrate on the medical kit.
It's all here. They haven't damaged it.
What's your evaluation of the situation, Markell?
They treat us quite well, sir. They seem to want us alive and well, and they don't want to let us go.
A natural reaction for the curators of a zoo.
Sir, do you think there's any chance of getting out?
As long as we're alive, there's a chance.
I agree.
Tonight, I'll try and find a weak link in the force field.
We are specimen animals in a zoo, and they have taken every precaution to prevent our escape. To them, we are caged for life.
Damn. I like that, though, the perspective of humans being the caged ones. Since we caged a lot of animals.
Quite a crowd.
What's their impression of us?
We seem to frighten the smaller ones. Some the females, I believe, find us quite ugly.
But what about the Enterprise, Jim? Scotty could get worried. He could beam down a fighting force.
My orders were not to attempt a rescue under any condition.
A wise move, Captain. It is obvious they can pick up specific thought transmissions from us if they care to go to the trouble. I suggest that one of our number appear to be ill. The rest of us will put strong thoughts in our minds that a communicator is needed for recovery.
Let's try it, and let's be close to the communicator when we do.
The communicator. Concentrate on the communicator.
Enterprise, this is Captain Kirk. Beam us aboard.
What in the cosmos?
Oh, shit.
I'm receiving an impression they are worried about their child, Captain.
I'm worried about the Enterprise.
Ditto.
They seem to think you made the child disappear.
What is it?
They're in my head. What happened to the baby? What happened?
Captain, fight it.
Everyone clear out.
What's going on?
I think it's harmless, but I'm not sure.
What do you want us to do?
It's a little
Whatever it wants
baby.
me to. Oh, no! Listen, you'll send us off into space if you...
Jim, are you all right?
Yes? I think so.
Did they communicate?
Captain, they have concluded they cannot break through your mind on a one-to-one basis. They are now gathering the mental strength of all 5 of them to break through.
I'm all right. Scotty, what are you doing here?
My young friend brought me.
You made contact.
It made contact with me.
What did you learn?
It's only 6 years old,
Aww.
but it has an IQ in the thousands. I convinced it I wasn't a pet, and that it should bring the ship back into orbit. Then I got it into the transporter to return here.
They're trying to contact us directly. I can make out something. The child has learned and told its parents
Aww.
all about the Federation and the races it encompasses.
That fast?
What else do they know about us?
We are considered simplistic, but in the process of evolving into a higher order.
Even Vulcans?
Yes, even Vulcans.
Well, the little one didn't tell or think that to me.
Do we get out of here?
It appears so. They do not feel we belong in their zoo.
Everyone ready to transport.
So long, lad. Nice meeting you.
Kirk to Enterprise, prepare to beam aboard 2 parties. All human.
Oh, that was a trek.
There will be other opportunities, Mr. Markle. I have just received their final telepathic message.
Which is?
We'll be welcome back in 20 or 30 centuries.
Our time or theirs?
Theirs. And it will take me some time to figure out how long that is.
Either way, Mr. Spock, it will hardly be our problem.
Exactly. That was fun. And then we had a little baby that helped us along the way, which was so sweet. All right. All right, fam. So we just finished watching season 1, episode 15 of Star Trek: The Animated Series, the title called The Eye of the Beholder. I really enjoyed this one. It was a little bit nerve-wracking, having our crew being stuck on a planet that doesn't seem to make sense, with a bunch of different aliens that don't seem to make sense, and then finding out that they're in a zoo. But I love the premise of having humans being in cages or in a zoo, because us as a species, we love our zoos. We love to make animals who are independent, who have their own rights to our planet, our pets or things for us to enjoy and behold without thinking of their existence and how they feel on the other side. So I love that this episode kind of touched on that, on now us being the humans, sorry, the animals, and them not understanding us. So the same way as we don't understand animals because we can't communicate with them verbally, which is our preferred method of communication. We don't know how uncomfortable they may feel, how scared they may feel, how out of place they may feel, or angry even at us for putting them in cages. And then we got to see the opposite of the humans having those same emotions and wanting to tell these people that we're not animals, we should not be in cages, and not having the means to communicate with them because they communicate telepathically in a manner that is far advanced to any society that the Federation knows or is part of the Federation, like the Vulcans. So, yeah, it was a great way of being able to kind of, for us humans watching this, realize that putting things in cages is not always the best thing. I do believe in conservatorship. Because conservations are very important to be able to keep some species alive, but zoos not as much because they tend to be mostly for profit without any care for the animals, which is it's heartbreaking, and we got to see it firsthand. When it comes to humans, we feel heartbroken at seeing that, so why don't we feel the same way about animals? So very interesting episode. I really enjoyed it. And I don't know. I hope we get to go back into this planet eventually. I don't know how we would do it in live action, but I would love to see this happen. Like, I don't know, because I think Discovery is ending or has ended, but that would have been a good episode for Discovery. Anyways, really enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. And if you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Mwah. Bye for now.